Okay.
Beautiful.
I'm just going to make sure that the volume is up. We're back for interview number 3 with Pooja. We're with another common hot gal.
My name is Pooja. I am a senior at NYU. I go to the Stern School of Business. I study data science, econometrics, and math. But do not be fooled. I actually am a very artsy person. I have a podcast called Welcome to Woodside Lane. I also love to help with like marketing campaigns and building my friends' brands and kind of learning everything about business.
How did you know what you wanted to major in? Because that's pretty beefy. I mean, considering you're like, I'm a little artsy. I'm like, that is like maybe not so artsy.
I kind of always, gravitated towards like languages. I played a bunch of instruments growing up and singing and things like that. So I always knew that was my natural inclination. But at the same time, I was always obsessed with the idea of the Renaissance man. So the idea that like you are like a fully rounded person. And also my mom and my dad are both STEM people. When I went to college, I wanted to do something that, number one, would guarantee job stability, which is super important. But also, two, I wanted to do something that, like, I knew didn't come to me super naturally.
Stern also is just, like, a really impressive place to be, so respect you in your journey there. Let's jump into our first real question. What's your relationship to fitness? I know that you're a hot gal, which is so awesome, and I'm so glad that you're a part of it. What were you doing prior to Hot Gals? Are you liking lifting? Hopefully you are.
Yeah, well, number one, love lifting. Prior to this, I was always a pretty active kid. I did gymnastics for a while. I was doing karate. High school, I did volleyball for a bit, even though I'm super small. It like made my brain also think faster. I also was an extremely competitive person. So this really taught me discipline. Definitely do credit a lot of those to my work ethic today. Towards the end of high school, I had like some back problems and I had flat feet. And also applying to college, obviously I really wanted to go to a good school. Kind of slowed down a bit. Then I went to college, and college is crazy, especially at NYU. And then I just realized I really missed working out. That is kind of why I wanted to join Hot Gals, because number one, I just wanted to commit more of my life to this full healthy mindset. And also like I just like really like to do fun, interesting things. My brother is a big lifter as well. He would always offer to like teach me, but I was kind of always like, too busy, whatever. But now this is like very like 3 times a week, like 2 hours, like with other people. It's like super nice for me to do. So yeah, love it.
Since you started lifting with us, do you have like a favorite exercise? We've been doing barbell stuff, dumbbell stuff, kettlebell. It's been a lot. I've put the girls through a lot.
I actually love the barbell stuff. Barbells make me feel like superwoman, which I'm really into the whole like mentality is the first thing to like being successful. So that always makes me feel really cool and really confident.
What kind of music do you like to listen to?
This is a funny question. I actually really have a lot of varied music taste. Music actually really affects the way that I think as well. So recently I've been listening to a lot of like rap, Afro beats, kind of more like R&B smooth. I gravitated to music when I was younger. In high school, I used to write a ton of songs. Very emotional, very teenage angsty. I've also played piano for 7 years. I loved it. I love music. It's like, again, an outlet to kind of express a lot about what you're going through, who you want to be, all that type of stuff. Piano is definitely my main instrument. I also played flute growing up as well, too. That was also for 7 years as well.
In terms of the podcasting side of things, I'd love you to just briefly touch on like what you've been doing with that, and I'm gonna link everything also.
This podcast was a really big self-exploration thing. Made it at a time where I was like not in a great spot. Helped me really like get my life back on focus. My podcast was very like no prep. We would just sit there and talk about our feelings. Sometimes the topics would jump.
I'm gonna be listening. I haven't listened to your podcast yet, so I'm excited to. What do you like to listen to when you work out? Like I need some great, whether it's cardio, lifting, yoga, whatever you're feeling, any rec.
When I'm like lifting, rap, like Eminem, Mockingbird, like this great song I'm listening to recently. It's called Bankroll by Connor Price. And then I do love this other song called People by Libianca. It's more of like a running, like if you want to take a little walk of the day. It's a little like fun, vibey music that I've really been enjoying. And then for yoga, listening to this one artist. Her name is Jahnavi Harrison, and she does a lot of like sacred sounds, Indian type music that just makes you feel really grounded and centered into yourself.
One last question. You mentioned that you do listen to motivational talks in the morning, and I feel like this could be a real help to the hot gals out there. Why did you start listening to motivational talks to begin with?
My morning mood really affected the rest of my day. I started motivational talks to put myself in that mindset of wanting wanting to do the best that I can today, also giving myself a little grace of being kind, but at the same time being a forward type of person. Now, I do have like a little morning routine that I've developed, which I absolutely love. I do like a little green juice and I meditate usually while I'm drinking for about 50 minutes a day. It built up. It started off at 10, but now 40, 50 minutes, I have time basically during that meditation to have gratitude, to be aware of my surroundings, think through any problems I have through the day. So it's kind of just like a little mini therapy session with myself. I usually also create my to-do list and then I get on with my day and I like shower and moisturize my face. Quite a bit of time. It usually takes me about like an hour and a half to do everything. My motivational talks, I actually listen to them while I'm brushing my teeth. Basically like all these like really muscly dudes and they have these great muscly things and they're always like no excuses and this and that, right? They're kind of insane, like if you take them at face value. But what I found is obviously you're not going to do exactly what they tell you. Like if they're like kill the day, you're not going to go and like kill the day, right? Even if you think of it as like being ridiculous, on some level like you'll start to adopt a little bit more of that confidence inside of you. They have also like a lot of metaphors in these videos, like this one metaphor about the lion and like the lion waiting to like pounce on their enemy, and instead of taking it very, very literally and like pouncing on every enemy you see, what I learned from that metaphor is about the idea of patience.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try your morning routine. I'm excited. I'm a little terrified, but also like I'm excited.
I just think it's a great way to live your life.
Thank you so much for taking the time and chatting with me.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yay!